going to be the final walkthrough for my Game Design 2 class. This is our top-down project, and I made a simple little tank game. So to start, I have a main camera, and it follows the player. I have a game manager object that will restart the level once like it's a global transition from like a death state. It restarts. Then I also have a score tracking FSM. There's basically a global variable called score, and that gets added onto anytime an enemy dies. It gets a TextMesh Pro object and then sets the value to be that score variable, and then checks if it reaches 5. Once it does, you get sent to the next state, which is the victory state, and then it shows up a text that basically just says you won. This is my player. I made this basic 3D model in Blender. It's basically the same thing as the normal player, but I just have this on the 3D mesh on top. I came up with this firing system. It doesn't quite work how I want, but it still works. Basically, it gets the mouse button down and then you get put in the firing state. And then if you continue to hold it, every 1.5 seconds sends a global transition to the same state, which basically makes it fire again. So every 1.5 seconds while you're holding the mouse down, you fire. There's a little bit of a bug though, where if you just spam it, you can fire as fast as you want. I was trying to figure that out, but I couldn't really figure out a solution. It's my turret object. It rotates to wherever your mouse is, gets a mouse pick, and then points at it. Player object. Use a get access for the movement, force. Same thing with the torque. This is the health. It keeps track of the global variable health, and then I have a clamp for there's good pickups, so you can't get too much health. And if your health gets to 0, get put in the dead state and it kills you. This is the hit check, where it's listening for a collision event with projectiles. If you get hit, it sends you get transition into the state, which takes away from your health. And there's a bit of a delay, so like you can't just get like instantly killed. And then these are my enemies. Pretty much the same basic enemy, but they have a waypoint system. Here, turn them on. They basically go between these points in like a loop. Using this, it's a little bit messy, but they start here. This is all basically them going to a destination, and then once the distance between them and the destination is low enough, they get put into the next state, which is from the next one. If they get shot, this is for, I have an aware and unaware bool, which controls how the enemy reacts. If they're unaware, they go through the loop, but if they're aware, then they follow the player and shoot at them. Basically, if you're within range, but you don't trigger all the requirements to become aware, for the enemy to become aware, they will automatically become aware if you shoot them, which is what the transition is for. Once you break line of sight, they get put into this state, which is the unaware, sets the unaware bool to be false. This is their health. It initializes to a value. When you shoot them, it subtracts 1 health, and then once their health reaches 0, they become killed. Then I have this basic map. Ideally, I would have liked to do some more art, maybe making it look more like an actual map, but this is just like a basic scenario I threw together. I'll do a little bit of gameplay real quick. I have the the player shoots a projectile that moves fast and it creates an explosion on hit. There's light sources for both, and then the enemies shoot a slower projectile that you can dodge if you're moving away from them. And then I can go to, this is the firing. Then an enemy has 3 health, so you shoot them 3 times and they'll die. Pick up the green health, and it gives you another green pickup, and it gives you some health. But you can also spam it, like I was talking about earlier. once you kill all of them, this pops up on your screen. Then after 2 seconds, it goes to the, well, it's supposed to. Oh, well, I guess I didn't finish this, but it's supposed to put you into the restart state and restart the level. But yeah, that is my game.